Hi there, Steve here. We're going to do a little unboxing today with this package. I've got a bunch of electronic components, but they came from China. They came from the big name electronics distributor in Shenzhen, the LCSC, not a sponsor of this video. I'm curious to see how well they've packaged this and, more importantly, whether I got all my stuff or not. I'm expecting to see a bunch of these Mylar bags for the electrostatically sensitive components, specifically some microcontrollers that I have in here, and maybe some proper anti-static cases for some of the less sensitive things like resistors and capacitors and diodes and so forth. So let's open this thing up and see what's inside. So I've given this thing a shake. And I don't know if you can hear that or not, but it does sound like everything is snugly packaged in there. So let's take a look and see if that's truly the case. Now, if you're wondering why I bought from LCSC and not DigiKey or one of the local distributors, well, it's because they gave me a pretty sweet deal. I ordered some PCBs from their affiliated company, the JLC PCB, and they gave me a fantastic deal on shipping and a fantastic deal on the price of the components. It was a pretty good price. So far so good. Looks like the standard type of packaging you would get. Let's see, how do we open this? Cut this guy. All right. Let's see. Oop, some more tape. All right. Okay, some bubble wrap. That's, I guess, promising. Oh, and check this out. Yeah, that's really nice. So, yeah, everything is in those Mylar containers. And here are my microcontrollers. Let's see if I can get these out. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. Oh, and check that out. Those are my sockets as well. Hey, it's Future Editing Steve here, and I want to show you something odd that I discovered about these tubes and how these sockets and ICs have been packaged. I purchased 10 sockets and 10 ICs, and when initially inspecting these, I didn't realize that some of the ICs are put in this smaller container, and similarly for the sockets, in respective to the larger tube container. And the reason why this has been done is solely to fit this size of package in this standard size box. If I had only bought one IC or one socket, I suspect this box would have been much smaller. With the rest of the components, they would have picked an appropriate size and be done with it. So this is totally an economical decision. But take a look at how this has been done. This is quite comical. So they've cut one of these tubes on the end, and then they've got another smaller tube, maybe from a scrap or maybe from the same length, I don't know, and they put the remaining chips in there. But you can see that on one end, there's a stopper, which is standard for these ICs, but on the other end, there is no stopper. And there's a stopper here, and on this one here, it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm pretty sure that there is no stopper in there. So to prevent these components from spilling out into the box during shipping, they've taken this plastic wrap and they wrapped it over the end so many times to be certain that nothing is going to fall out during the shipping process. And at the same time, it kind of secures these two things together so you know that it's the same unit that you're dealing with. And I suppose this component sticky label kind of tells you that's the case. The same thing's been done with these sockets too. In fact, let's open this up and see just how clever this is. So I'm going to try to unravel this as best I can. It's a little bit messy, but here we go. Oh, this is not working out as I intended. Let's anyhow, I can probably get a knife and tear this apart. One moment, maybe I'll do that. Oh, here we go. So I can unwrap this and look. Oh, there's a, what? Oh my goodness, there's more there. Okay, give me a moment while I get all this stuff off. All right, I'm back. I got all the plastic wrap off, but this was a little unexpected. The end is actually sealed with a little bit of tape. You can see that in the reflection of the light. So that's pretty neat. So the plastic wrap is solely to secure these two pieces of tubing together, and that prevents these from falling out. So not bad, pretty good. So yeah, is this a big deal? Probably not. I really don't care. I'm sure these components are fine the way they're packaged. If you were buying thousands of them, I suspect that the packaging would be a little bit more professional or a little bit more organized than this. Anyhow, back to the presentation. So far, so good. Am I getting into these things? All right. Bill of materials, packing list. And yeah, everything is compact and organized. And here are my USB connectors. What's this? Through hole something. I'll get to that. But yeah, so far this is pretty impressive. Everything was tightly packaged. It's all bubble wrapped. It's all in their anti-static packages, even the resistors, which really don't need to be in anti-static packages. I guess some of the purists will argue about that. But check this out. These are my crystals that are going to drive the microprocessors, at least the clock frequency for the microprocessor. Got my USB stuff. I think these are, oh, there it is. You can see what that is. Those are the DB9 connectors that I'm going to use for this project. And these don't need to be in anti-static containers at all, but hey, that's nice. I got a bunch of them. So yeah, this looks pretty good. The one thing that's missing is the hordes of documentation that the American distributors give you, explaining how carefully they packaged it and how everyone signed off on it to make sure your order is correct and exactly to your specifications, all the guarantees and laws that they abide by, military specs, all that stuff. Clearly none of that is here, right? I mean, this is pretty bare minimum documentation. I wonder what this piece of paper says in here. Let's find out. That's just another part of the packaging list for the resistors and crystals and capacitors. Whatever. Okay, so yeah, that's it. And if you're ever thinking of ordering from the JLC PCB or their sister site, the LCSC in this case, for components, this is what you can expect to receive. Will these things work? I bet they do. We'll test them in a future video and find out. So this will be a quick video for today. I'm going to wrap it up now. As usual, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you back soon.